good.
All right, we're back with another episode of It's That Easy. Today we're going to talk about Sunday's games. Actually, one of them is in Germany. Who knew that? So, as always, I'm joined by my not partner, co-host, Big Peso Dean. How you doing, Big
Not
Peso?
true. It's not true.
How you doing today? Good? All right, he had to walk away for a second. But don't worry. Hey, make sure to go like and subscribe to our videos. Leave your comments. We're going to comment our predictions, hopefully the things that make you a lot of money. So we would love to see you guys comment the same thing. That way we can see how our bets do against yours. Be a good time. So, all right, I think he's back.
I'm back. I had to go take her that big teaser. She was calling.
How you doing today, man? Good?
Doing good, doing good.
You ready? You got your college picks in already?
I do. I've got my college picks in.
All right.
Got one little small teaser for tonight, and yeah, gonna knock out this big teaser this weekend.
Gotta love football, man. All right. Well, let's get started on these really quick. Give everybody our fancy picks so they can go out and get ready to make their money for Sunday. First one is Falcons and Colts. That's actually in Germany. Did you know that? I think like it's an
Yeah,
8:30
that's the
game.
only thing I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. And I heard when they do those ones in Europe that they don't always they do the under usually, which is a really bad pick for me. But we got the
Yeah,
Colts by 6.5. The over-under is 48.5. I don't even think the Colts hit that last week against Pittsburgh, but the Falcons defense isn't as good. So what do you have on
yeah.
that one?
You're talking about playing overseas. Since they've been doing them overseas, 60% of the totals have gone under.
Yeah.
And then this year, they're 0-4 to the under. So I don't like that too much. I was almost in love with the over on this game, but
Yeah.
maybe not so much.
What about the 6.5 for the Colts?
I'm still going to tease it though. I'm going to tease it over 35 and a half.
Okay, yeah. That I could see them doing. It'd probably be
You
like a
know,
28-10 game, something like that, you know.
I look at Indy. Indy's offense had trouble with Pittsburgh's defense, and that was thanks to Ramsey and Slay. So then I started breaking down why they did so well. So Pittsburgh was able to play man defense most of the game, and they free up two defensive backs. So Atlanta is going to change between a 3-4 and a 4-3 defense, and then run a cover two and cover three. And I know everybody likes hearing all this stuff.
It makes sense to everybody, don't worry.
And Atlanta's really good at disguising their blitz. I think that's going to pose some trouble for Indy. But the cover three is a zone defense, and Danny Dimes does well against them.
Well, and they're going to
So
run the
for that
ball.
reason,
What about against the
yeah,
run? Yeah.
for that reason, I think Indy's going to do well. And for everybody, I know you already know this, but on a cover three, it's a zone defense, and you divide the field into three zones, and you'll have your defensive backs. A cover two, you have two safeties. A cover three, you have three defensive backs who cover that back third, and then the rest of the team covers the front half. So Daniel Jones does great against that. He just didn't do well
Pittsburgh.
against Pitt.
Well, they didn't run
Yeah.
the ball well against Pittsburgh. They ran for like 65 yards. So when you don't, I think when that Cole team doesn't run the ball well, they're not going to do well. So, but I think against Atlanta, they'll probably run the ball well. I know
Yeah,
Christian
so
McCaffrey a couple weeks ago did, with the 49ers, they ran over Atlanta. So probably the
you
same.
look at the teams that Indy played this year that play a 3-4 and a 4-3, and that was Tennessee, the Chargers, and Arizona. And Indy scored 38, 38, and 31.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look for Indy to rebound, and I'm gonna tease that total down, and I'm gonna play the over. But I also like Indy.
Yeah, I agree. I got Indy 6.5. If I do anything, I would do the under on this one, but I'll probably leave that one alone. Probably just go the 6.5 there.
Okay.
Let's go a division game. Buffalo headed to Miami. Last time we saw Miami, they hosted the Ravens and they got destroyed. They booed
Yeah.
everybody off that field. So I don't see anything different, honestly, with Buffalo coming to town. They usually play them tough, but I don't think it's the same Miami team. And then the over-under, 49 and a half. I think Miami will score, but the last time when they played the Ravens, they also had trouble scoring as well, and that game went under as well. So I will probably leave the over-under alone on this one, but I do like Buffalo 9.5. If I could get it up
Okay.
to 6.5 where they'd win by a touchdown, I'd feel more comfortable. 9.5 is a lot of points being a division game, but I feel like I don't think Miami's in the right headspace, so Buffalo probably covers that one. What do you think?
I don't either. What worries me is that Buffalo might look past them. Buffalo
Yeah,
failed to cover the last two against Miami, but I'm still happy to big tease Buffalo on this one.
gotcha. Well, and Buffalo's coming off a good win against KC, but they also didn't cover that one either, I don't think, because I think it was a pretty close game. So,
Goes
yeah.
back to goes back to one of my favorite games to bet where two teams are going different directions.
Yep.
Miami
Yep.
is circling the toilet and Buffalo's trying to rise up.
Yep. Got it, man. All right, let's go. Baltimore. Baltimore, man, they're on the speaking of teams on the rise, Baltimore's one
Yeah.
of those now that Lamar Jackson's back. And they're going to Minnesota. Minnesota had a good win this weekend or this last weekend against the Lions, but the Ravens are a different animal. And I think 3.5 is a good number to me. I like the 2.5 better if we could get that. But Baltimore 3.5. Man, it's a tough one because this is in Minnesota. They may show up. The Vikings may show up. So I don't know. This is a tough one. I actually took Minnesota. Well, earlier when I was thinking about this, I took Minnesota with the plus 3.5. And this actually might be my you've never heard this before. The reach around of the week
Oh
is going
yeah.
to be Minnesota plus 3.5. What do
Let
you
me
think?
ask you, what do you think about the total?
Oh man. Well, Minnesota scores, right? They can score. And we saw Baltimore score. I think at the total, I think they might go over. I
Okay.
have a question mark on my notes here because I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, that's a tough one there.
So together, these two teams combine for 13-3 on the over-unders.
Okay, okay.
13 overs and three unders this
Wow.
year.
Okay.
You get a healthy Lamar versus a healthy JJ. I think it opens up both offenses. Both quarterbacks looked good last week. Lamar was 18 for 23, threw for over 200 yards and four touchdowns with no picks. Even though these two teams don't play very often, they played in 21, 17, 13, and 2009. But even at that, all four of those games went over.
Okay. Yeah, I think
So
you
I'll be
just solved
teasing.
it for us right there. Take
Yes,
the over.
sir. I'll be
Take
teasing
the
over
over.
36 on this one.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. And you got Baltimore, or you're not sure or you taking Minnesota?
I think Baltimore is going to be a serious contender
Yeah,
moving to the
yeah,
postseason.
yeah.
Um, but Minnesota at home,
Yep. That's my thought too. That's why I
home
got
dog.
yep, taking Minnesota.
I'm gonna stick to big teasing that total.
All right, sounds good. Here's one. The Steelers coming off a big win against the Colts, but that was in Pittsburgh. They're traveling
Yeah.
to LA to face the Chargers. But I'll be honest, I don't think the Chargers have a good home field advantage. So even though the Chargers are 3.5 point favorites, I think defense travels, and I feel like Pittsburgh, at least last week, defense showed up. And I don't think the Chargers run the ball that well. So I think it could be some trouble for the Chargers. I'm picking Pittsburgh on this one plus 3.5 because I do not like. I don't think the Chargers are really tough on offense. I think a bad defense they pass the ball around like crazy, like the Minnesota defense. But against the Steelers, I don't know if that works. So
Yeah, I agree. I think Pittsburgh's defense is going to give the Chargers quarterback the same problem that they gave Indy's quarterback the week
right,
before.
right.
Um, I'm not touching the side on this one, but I am going to tease the total down from 44 to 31 and play the over.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh last five have scored. They've scored at least 23 points. The Chargers last four have scored at least 24.
Okay. Okay.
So 47 points combined. I feel good taking the over 31.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like it. This is gonna be one of the toughest games, which if you told me in the beginning of the season, I'd have said no.
Yeah.
But the Patriots have shown up. I think they're 7 or 7-2, or maybe 8-2. The Bucks are pretty tough, and they're playing at home. This one has Tampa Bay minus 2.5 at home with the 48.5 over under. Oh man, what do you think? That's going to be a good game, though.
Some,
What do you think?
something smells here. So I think New England is clearly the better team. They're clearly the healthier team. So why is Tampa Bay favored?
Yeah.
I think Vegas is begging you. They're baiting you to take New England.
To take
And for
that
that
money.
reason,
Yeah.
no day, no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both teams are good against the spread. New England's last three, they're playing great. They're over what? Yeah, the last three they've been over all three. 6-1 against the spread, but they did struggle against Atlanta.
Yeah, they barely beat Atlanta, and that was because they missed a extra point. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that was in New England as well.
And another thing that killed them, so they ran for 110, they passed for 220, but Atlanta sacked them six times.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that part. I don't
Yeah,
know
so
if
that's gonna
the Bucks have that in them though, you know.
yeah, that's gonna be bad news for New England because Todd Bowles plays the same 3-4 defense that Atlanta plays. So
Huh.
that
Okay.
that could be dangerous for New England.
Maybe it's New England plus 2.5. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay just because they're at home, and let's see what happens here.
I think they struggle to make 48.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, if you've got to play, well, you don't have to, but some totals are going to go under, obviously.
Right.
I think that's the one that sticks out.
Yeah, and I think they put up 47 last week with the Falcons. I think it was 24-23. So yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. Um, yeah, so that's gonna be a good one there. And then the last one here, the hated Eagles. Yeah, I hate the Eagles. No, no secret there. Against the Packers. The only reason I don't hate the Packers this year is because we tied them. But Packers are struggling, man. They are struggling bad. I think they lost that tight end Kraft, right? So
Yeah.
they're struggling to get points. They lost to Carolina in Green Bay last week. And now Philly comes to town, and Philly's just, I mean, they're better than Carolina. Well, maybe not. Maybe Carolina's really good. I don't know. But uh, I don't know. Green Bay at home, 2.5. I mean, it could be where they just flip, right? They had a bad game. Now they actually show up this game. But man, I just feel like this is not an easy pick here. I don't want to pick Philly, but man, I'm leaning toward Philly covering here.
You you look back over the course of this year at just at their earlier games, and you look at games when Tucker Kraft didn't play well and
Yeah.
Green Bay didn't play well. I think he's a huge part of their team, even when he's not directly involved in the offense. I think he's going to occupy probably two defenders. But yeah, you can't trust Green Bay's offense.
Yeah.
Um, in the past, though, both of these offenses typically play well. They typically have big games against each other. Philly this year is a number 24 offense versus Green
Oh,
Bay's
wow.
number 5 defense.
Okay.
Green
Hmm.
Bay has a number 8 offense versus a Philly number 23 defense. So I think that's why Green Bay is favored.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, from those numbers, Green Bay wins. Well, Green Bay covers. And but I don't know about the over under. That's a tough one. 44.5 points. You know what? They'll probably surprise us and they'll probably each put up about 30 something points. It'll be 31, 32, or something like that.
I think Micah Parsons is going to make a big impact, and I think Tucker Kraft being gone is going to
Yeah,
hurt
I agree.
them.
I agree. Yeah.
So even though typically these teams play well against each other, I can see this one being more of a, you know, a slugfest.
Yeah.
maybe a lower scoring game.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you probably go in the under if you touch it.
Yeah, I'm not touching this one. This is like an ugly girl.
Even ugly
Early,
girls get
early in the
some
night.
love.
Early in the
Oh,
night.
early in the yeah, yeah, early in the night. Yeah, I get
You
that.
know, when it gets closer to two, yeah, that
Now it's good. Yeah, yeah.
that six is more like a 8.5.
All right, man. So remember we did the bet and I doubled it and then I put it on the Steelers and the Colts to go over and they lost. So I
Come
got
on,
to
baby.
pick
We
one
got
of
to
these.
double up to catch up.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So if I'm gonna put it was almost $40. So if I'm gonna put $40 on one bet here, what are you looking at? What do you think?
Wow. Um,
Man, yeah, that's a tough one. Would you do Indy to cover or maybe Buffalo? Yeah, that's a tough one there, man.
I mean, Indy had a decent defense before, and now they've got Sauce Gardner back there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's going to help.
You know what? Yep. And you know what? Up until last week, Indy's actually been a pretty good bet for me. They've actually covered quite a few times for me. So I don't know. I think I may go Indy to cover.
You could take a walk on the dark side and start over playing some teasers.
That's true. Yeah. I have, man, I struggle with those. I don't do well with those. But we'll see. Yeah, you know what though? But here's the thing. I will put 40 on a bet to this week. I'll post
All
it
right.
before Sunday and we're gonna let it ride. Because I gotta get to 10 grand. We're like
I hear
nine
you.
weeks, 8 weeks away from 10 grand. So
What better way to spend 10 grand than on a big tease?
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you did that one time too when we went to Vegas, but I don't know if it was
With
better.
no reach around.
I like it. All right, man. Well, make sure to like and subscribe to our videos, man. We love doing this. We just love talking football, bringing these out to you here. We're going to make these bets anyway. So now that we can share them with other people, it's good. Leave comments, please. We read them all. We like to comment back and feel free to send us what you think. If you have some picks that you want us to look at next week, teams we don't normally do, yeah, let us know. You got any closing remarks, Big Peso?
No, I like these games. I'm looking forward to a good weekend.
All right. I'm looking forward to making some big pesos.
Yes,
So,
sir.
all right, man. Hey, well, yep, it was good to talk to you. Let's do this again soon.
Yeah.
All right. Later.